So okay, today we will enter into this Kotlin. So for that, I'm creating one first project. So new project. So the new project name I'll give as a button. So with empty views activity, button example. Right. So in this, what we'll do is we will take one button and one text view. So as of now, in a layouts, also we used those two components. But here I'll use these two components with some clearance. Like I can create one all the properties related to these two components. There we used very basic text view and button. We not applied any special properties related to this. Only the layout related properties we applied there. But here we will apply all the properties which are belongs to text view and button. Then we will apply the listeners and we will see how the listeners will work. I think we discussed this button and text view, right? Or we not discussed? Button and text view we discussed. Next components, like we will need to discuss the checkbox things, right? Button text view we discussed. Sorry, button text view we discussed. Now we will see the next component, that is checkbox, and these things we will see. So first of all, I'm changing this constraint layout to the next step. So I'm changing this as linear layout. So for the linear layout, here for the text view, we will add example. Here we will add this as a checkbox example. So checkbox example. So checkbox example. But for this is the linear layout. So we should give an. So I'm giving orientation Android orientation equals to vertical. Right. So here also once again, like last time we applied all the text properties, but here also we will apply all the text properties. So here I want to apply text properties. First of all, I'll give ID. So that is check. Next, text color, text size. So those one by one will give. Here text color. I'll give some random color. Next, text size 20 sp. Next text style italic. Next text all caps true. Next. So that's all. Like next we will apply some margin 10 dp padding 10 dp. Right. So these all are the properties we are applying for a text. Right. So now below of this, I want to create one other component. So that is the checkbox. See here, these all are the properties we applied for the text view field. So next component here I'm creating as a checkbox. So I'm creating checkbox. So that is match parent, wrap content. So ID. Okay. This I'm giving checkbox. Here this we will change as a TV1. Right here we will give the text. That is checkbox. Right. Then I'll give all the text properties. Like whatever I given about all the text properties, I have applied all the text properties here. See, the checkbox is created like this. Right. What is checkbox? Checkbox means which has two states. Like user has to select and deselect. Means it has the multiple selection. Also, like it is wherever the user has selected the multiple options. On those cases, we will use the this checkbox. Right. So, like for example, uh, I want to select the known languages. So I know Telugu, I know Hindi, I know English like that. In multiple options, when we select this, we will go with that. Right. So for this now, what I'll do is now this program. So I want to do with data binding, right? As I told last class, we discussed about the basic data binding also. As already I told, every program we will go with data binding. So for the reason, first here I'm enabling the data binding in XML level. So to enable that, need to add the layout. So need to add the layout as a root. So this is the root element or parent. So then this we can close end of the linear layout. So we'll close that. Right. Then we can add the data binding for this in a Gradle. So here I'm adding the data binding. So that is data binding enable equal to true. Right, let us look now this. right? So data binding is enabled. Now in a main activity, here we will declare the data binding. So where binding colon. So as already I told, binding will generate on a name of main XML name. So XML name is activity main. So binding is generated as activity main binding. Right, we will handle here nullify condition. Then we'll add here binding equal to. So data binding util dot. So data binding util dot set content. Here now we will add the context. So this is data binding in. Now we will apply listener for the button, right? So here in a next line, we will add the listener for the checkbox. So how the listener will work, we will see. So last time for the button, we applied on click listener, but here the unclick listener won't work. Here we have to do the next listener. So that is advanced one step advanced. That is because this component has the two states, right? That's the reason here we have to apply binding dot checkbox dot set unchecked change. So it has the two states. So it will be based on the checking. So it should change. So unchecked change list. So this is the one we are applying for this. So what this will contain? So this is contains so two things here. So one is the view, other is the one is the view, other is the checked state. So that is checked means is it true or not? Like whatever the listener is selected means whatever the checkbox is here that is selected or not. It will give the true or false boolean values written as a boolean value. Is it true or false? Right, for that here now. So there are two things, right? That's the reason here I'm selecting the if else. So if, so I'm checking that, sorry, if here condition, I'm checking the condition if is checked equal to, normally we will write the, like this, is checked equal to true, means that is checked. We are checking with the true or false, right? So is checked equal to true, then some condition else something, it will execute to this, right? So but here it is giving some underline of this, means still we need to reduce this in a Kotlin. Like in a Java, we write like this, but here simplify Boolean expression. The is checked means whenever we write is checked, directly it will treat as a true value. So always it will be true value. So here now I'm writing the, I'm setting the text for the text view, binding dot so binding dot tv1 dot. So set text. Set text means already this is text only. Text equal to checked. Just I'm changing as a check. Here binding dot tv1 dot text equal to here unchecked. Checked and unchecked. Right. Now I'm running this. We will see here now. So first we will see this output, then we will discuss next. There are two similar components are like this. So we will discuss about those components here. Okay. So now here I'm checking that checkbox, checked, unchecked, right. So it is working like this. Right. So similar here. Next other components. So the other components also see here now. So like checkbox, there is a one more component. So that is switch. Switch. So for the switch, also I'm giving the match parent wrap content. And ID. So that is S1. So next here, I'm applying the text property. Text switch. So then I'm applying all text properties. So this is the switch, right? So the switch has created here like this. Then for this also like normally this we will use in a Wi-Fi on and off, Bluetooth on and off. So those cases we will use the switch. So here for this also how the listener will work here we will see. So after that checkbox listener I'm applying here. So that is binding dot S1 switch dot set on check could change this. So unchecked, change this. Right. See, everything has same like top. So here also we'll write if is checked. So it is true. Then else. So that is same. That's I'm applying the text like binding dot pv1 dot text equal to, so here it is dot equal to, here I'll write the s of. So here binding dot pv1 dot text equal to s of. Right. So now I'm running this. We will see here now this output. Right. So here now s1 s0. So it is working like this. Right. So one more similar component. So that we will concentrate first.
Sir, can we change that switch box, sir, size color?
Yeah, that we can, but that will be like a different customization. It will go like custom switch.
Oh.
I'll show you that. Okay.
So for this switch, it was constant.
Yeah, it is. For this, it is constant. So one more component it is toggle button. Right. So toggle button is also having this same properties. So both I'm giving as height and weight. Then after I'll give one text property. So that is toggle. Then I'll give the ID. Just system as struct. Okay, ID. So that I'll give this toggle. Right. So I'll apply all the properties. Done. So next here, after this switch listener, here we will apply that binding dot toggle dot set on check button. So check on check button. It's not right on check button. This on check button. So here, so if secondly, so here same each sector. So that is like here binding dot binding dot toggle. That's a TV. Here we are setting the text, right? So that is TV1 dot text equal to T on. So else so that is binding dot TV1 dot text. So that is here. Right. Like this, we will do here. That's what is. See, T on, T on. So this is about these three components. But as we asked like a custom test. So the custom test means nowadays like sorry custom pitch. So even if any these things, if you want customization, mostly now that we are dealing with the material design components. So after a few days, we will discuss about the material components. So there you will get the these components like from the material. We can utilize that like their design changes and everything will be changed there accordingly. That is. So that we will discuss there. Right. So here now, so what I want to do here is now, like let us say here for every phase, I'm using here the text view to display the content, right? So instead of that, can we use something else? Like every time you need to create a text view, but the text view cannot write like this. Here, just our target has to see the output, right? So for that, here what we will do is from now to display this, we will use one component called toast. So toast means it will display the data up to certain level after that it can disappear automatically. So that will use here. So that we can say as the toast. Toast is one type of dialog. It will display bottom of the page, and after some time automatically it will disappear. So what is the syntax of this? So that is toast that make text. So toast that make text. So this means here it will write here simple. First we'll write generalize. So that is I'm writing context and message duration. So this is the source syntax. Dot show like this we will write. But what is each word here? So first of all, context. Context means which refers superclass. So but that superclass must extended as some kind of activity. So then only that we can say has the context. So this we can define in many ways. One is the this, second is this, at the rate class name, rate class name, get application context. So get application context. Next is the get context. Like these these four different ways we will define, but based on the thing we will define, like different cases, different. By end of this course, we'll use all of these things. But here you need to remember this context. And I won't repeat again this in the entire course. Wherever the context is there, from these four, any one of the four case I'll use and I'll set the data there. Right, the context I'll use that. Next message. Message means it is the similar as the data or message. So for this now, simply I'll use this for data in from different sources. Like the data has like in a different sources means. So I can write manual, like whatever we done for the S on S off, that is manual. Or from functional, like let us say from the functional. So that I'll show you. Like rating bar. So user has given 2 rating, 3 rating, like that is from functional. Next is from the server. So that is the DB side. Like from the DB, we will get that output. So these 3 ways we can use anyway. So even this is also in entire course that is common. So the next duration, here we have this long means 7 seconds. So next is the short, means it will display 3 seconds. So this is how this toast will display. Like here now we will write the toast in every place. So I'll write here toast. The toast dot matrix. So first this in the today here I'm writing the message as common like manual. So this is T off, right? So T off. Then here now duration. So that is the toast dot length long dot show, right? So let us copy this and this. I'll paste everywhere here. T on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So for checkbox also we will give unchecked. Yeah, check. Right. So now I'm running this. We will see here. See here, text has changed. Also, toast has displayed. So everything is like here. I'm clicking on here multiple times and I'm going back. Even if you are and going back also, this will be working here. This is so that is the advantage of this. Right. So next here we will see the radio button. So the radio button is nothing but it is like a single selection. But for the radio button, always we need to give in a group. So because there is a dependency between the two things, right? One first one and second. So that's the reason. First we need to add the group here. So the group as I'm giving as a match parent and wrap content. So for the group, we will give one ID, origin, and for the group, we can give orientation also. Orientation, I'll give horizontal side by side, right? So within a radio group, now we will create a radio buttons. So radio button one. So wrap content, wrap content, height and width both are wrap content. Then text, so that is mail, ID, mail. So So I'm selecting this and paste again here. So this I'll change as a female. So here I'll change as a female, right? So for this also, whatever the text properties above we use, so those properties we can use. So these are all the properties here we can use for these two text, right? So done. I have applied all the properties here. So now I want to apply listener for this. So for this case, we will apply listener for the radio group, not for the button. So based on the radio group, we will handle the listener, right? So that we will apply here now. So that is binding dot RG, right? Radio group RG dot set unchecked change. So it is also same listener, but return type will come as a different. So for that, each checked because it is single button, so it is checking or not. But here it is a group ID, so it will come like different. So here based on this, so like checked ID equal to R dot ID dot. So male and female, like so. I'm using this one. Then we will write one condition. So checked ID. This is one condition. Else second condition, right? So here I'll write the toast dot make text. So this here, this is the female. Here I'll write the toast dot length long dot show. So here toast dot make text. This. So here it is a male. Right next to toast dot length long. So here dot show. Dot. So I'm running this application. We will see now. See here, male and female. So like this, the rating bar will, sorry, radio button will work. Okay, so some other components we will see in next class.